Monster Club is now over 5 years old. And in that time, the art has evolved immensely. And with that, the original base set was re-released with enhanced art. This new version of the base set is called Season 0 Next Generation. Join me on this journey as we analyze the reimagining of this now 5-year-old game. A link is in the description if you'd like to purchase the Next Generation set. Don't forget to leave a like for all things Monster Club and Morigins. Now, let's get started with the video. What's going on, guys? It is Yesteryear here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a fun little video where we compare the original Season 0 set from Monster Club with the Next Generation version. I have both of them here in their full complete set, and I'd love to just look at them side by side, compare the art, compare the different monsters. Maybe there's some different text, who knows. And yeah, this one is for the Monster Club community or anyone who might be interested in the Next Generation version to see how it compares to the very original. So let's get it on the table here and take a look. Alright guys, we are set up here. We have the Next Generation version on the left and we have the original version on the right. And just before we get started, I did want to show you that I just noticed this. If you can see it, there is a little lucky cat on the bottom of that box. How cute is that? That's adorable. I love that. So let's compare the two versions here. We have the Army's Greatest Force Season 0-1. Not a whole lot of differences, but definitely looks a lot cooler, a lot more color, and yeah, just it's really filled out more. Okay, let's take a look at number 2 here. Definitely not too many differences in this one, but again, they added a few things to sort of touch up the art. Okay, but I think, oh, here we go. We got a major difference here. You might have a preference here. I think these guys are different enough that, you know, you might prefer the old one or you might prefer the new one. Man, I don't know. They both look great. I am a big fan of the most loyal mage. The original looks so good, but the enhancements that they made to them look incredible. I can't really choose between them. A little bit of different wording there, but really the same meaning. Okay, definitely prefer the newer one for Power Destruct. Much cooler, and it looks like we even have the three-eyed half-god. His eyes on the front there, Card Thief Ray. Yeah, there's some different words there. Okay, not a whole lot of difference in this one either. Oh, okay, her hair is quite different actually. Yeah, a lot more, some different differences in the clouds and the stars. I do like the original one a lot. And her hair is almost like, kind of like a moon, right? I mean, I love them. I love to have both. I bought this set because I was a big fan of the original and I just wanted to have another version that was like enhanced. And here's another card that got a really big enhancement. It looks incredible. The sword looks better. The lighting, the, you know, the different foliage around. Although this one does have a little bit of its own charm to it. So it's kind of more, this kind of reminds me of the Master Sword a bit, the light shining through the tree here. That is so cool. Okay, this card only works on a paper type monster. This card only affects paper monsters. I wonder if there's any different typing as well. Wow, look at that. That is very different, and I gotta say this one is way better, miles better. I was never really a fan of this Savannah Warrior card, but now I can get behind it. Look at the chains hanging off of him. Yeah, he looks a lot more fierce, more scary. Wow, incredible. That looks so good. And here's the one that I said in my previous video I didn't recognize it because look how different this is. I guess they thought that this one didn't really show off the monster swap. This one obviously shows it off a bit more. But one thing I will say about this card is I love how the swoop comes right out of the border of the card. That is a very clever use of the black borders. Very cool. I love the changes there. That looks great. Very vibrant. Okay, we got Kiss the Fist. Nothing to say too much here. Little bit of differences here and there, but relatively the same card. Same with Gonzo Plus. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't change him up more, but maybe they thought that his design was perfect enough, so they made him shinier. Yeah, Gonzo is a favorite in the community. Now here's one that is very different and very much appreciated, because one thing I've always noticed about Gonzo the Golden Sentinel, look at the little sword he has. What is that gonna do, man? Throw that thing away and put your fists up, because you are an absolute beast. But yeah, he's even got a little shield there. Is there any differences? No, it just says to play, destroy Gonzo Plus and Army Soldier, but way cooler over here. Love the dual, can you even call them daggers? Because they're probably gigantic. He's even got a more spiky back. Very cool, much needed upgrade with that one. We got Armed Knight, also a lot cooler, just a lot more going on in this picture. I always found the grass, him just kind of standing in this, like, it almost looks like he's standing on somebody's lawn. That's, yeah, this is a much better card for sure. He looks much cooler, and we're definitely going to see with Unarmed Knight how much that made him look a lot cooler. We got the MC on his shield. I love that. I noticed that, yeah, a lot of cards that have shields have the Monster Club logo, or the MC on their shield. This is one of the instances where I feel like the older card looks better. I don't know, the arrows here, they don't look very scary, you know? There's all this power emanating off of these ones, but these ones are kind of just, they almost look static in the air there, but that's okay, you know, it's still different cards, very cool. This is a very strong card where you can surprise an enemy who's attacking you with this card, and you can buff up your creature that they chose to attack by 600. Very deadly. You cannot play it on a monster that has no power card, or no power slot. We got Fire Dragon. This one definitely looks a lot cooler. I feel like there's another card that this is meant to sort of take inspiration from. Yeah, this one was kind of lacking. I don't think I ever really used this card much. This almost works better in the Dragon deck, but it's in the other deck. But that's cool, because like it encourages you to, you know, mix up the different decks here. Yeah, nothing much more to say about that, other than the new one is much cooler. Yeah, I don't know. I like the blue. I like the whole card being blue, but they're very similar. It's hard to say which one is better. Oh my gosh, here's another drastically different one. You know that my favorite design here is the old one. It just looks so menacing, and the amount of times that I attacked this thing and it turned face up and destroyed my monster, the amount of times that happens is unbelievable. My wife loves to use that card. And I hate it, but that's why it's so scary looking. But this one, I love the design. It's very cool. They just don't look like the same card in my opinion, but I love it. This is one where like I can't choose between them as well. Well, I guess I have to pick this favorite, but yeah, they're both amazing. Here we got Unarmed Knight, and I never got to show you just how pathetic this guy looks. I'm sorry. He's just a dude standing on his lawn. He doesn't even have a weapon. It looks like, yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like much, but over here he looks very heroic. He's even got a little smirk on because he knows that he is going to destroy you. I feel like the idea behind the Armed Knight and the Unarmed Knight is kind of teaching you, like, the Armed Knight is stronger, but he has less power slots, right? And with this one, the Unarmed Knight, he has more power slots, but he's a little bit weaker. And honestly, the Unarmed Knight is probably stronger because you can boost him up more than the Armed Knight. But yeah, I love this addition to the deck. We got the D-Stacker. Okay, he's there's actually not a whole lot of difference here, but he's definitely rocking some cooler clothes. But yeah, and the addition of color is much better as well. We got Army Soldier. The only thing changed here that I notice is the shoes as well as the shield. He's rocking a MC shield. That's much cooler than this one here. Sort of a, I don't know if that was meant to be a T or some kind of cross. We also have the backwards one. I don't think, other than the shoes, and he's a little bit more circular. He's not as lumpy like this guy here. Drawn a little bit cleaner there, but I like that change there. Okay, yes, look at that. Yeah, a lot more detail in that one. Yeah, this just kind of represents the new art style that they've went with. They just added a lot more detail to each design. You know, with this one they went with one color, and now they have the white and the shining eye and everything. It just looks so much better. It looks great. The original score of all dragon monsters on every board is reduced to 0. I feel like that's too strong of a card. Yeah, I'd want to get that thing off the board immediately if I was using a dragon deck. We got a more circular Gonzo. I think I prefer the lumpy Gonzo, honestly, because he looks more like a rock. But hey, you know what? It's just as cool. And this one, it does actually look like he's in a cave as well. Very cool. Love Gonzo. Oh yes, this is much better as well. We got the 3-turn protection. This one was just 3, they almost look like game cartridges or something. I don't know, like, but they didn't really look like anything. But here we have them as tablets. That looks way cooler, way cooler. A lot more detail in that. A lot more thought put into it. I love that. We got Deck Genie. Wow, this one really does not have a lot of changes at all. Just a little bit of flair added, but not much to it here. Let's look at Select and Destroy. Another one where just a lot more detail. The card, there's a lot more definition in the card there. Now we're getting into the Dragon of the Shimmering, and you can already see how cool this thing looks. Now, I'm a huge fan of the original design. I really am. Love the pink. I'm kind of curious they decided to go with blue instead. I love the pink design, but that blue, man, look at the detail on him. He looks terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I love this card. And yes, I was right when I looked at the description here. It's different. It is a different effect here. So in this one, it says destroy a combo dragon to play this card. Now you don't need to have a combo dragon. You can destroy any dragon card, which I don't know. I like the idea that you have to play Dragon of the Shimmering with a combo dragon. There's all kinds of different combo dragons in the game that you can use. So why decide to just make it dragon? I do not know. But you know what? That's cool. I can dig it. He looks awesome. Love the blue. Oh my gosh. Another amazing change here. Giggles. You know, Giggles was already terrifying. But look, he's so much more spikier. And he's got a lot more going on down here. And look at the border that goes around the card. That looks so cool. Every time they use this little border here, they don't use it much. But when they do, it looks incredible. And yeah, he's still got that iconic design. Still giggling away. You know what? I wanted to just show this while I have Giggles out there. This was a card that you could get from the Season 1 booster pack. He is the first card from the Season 1 booster pack. We got Supreme Lord Giggles. Very cool. And when you compare it with this one, you know, he's very terrifying and menacing. Okay. And I will go back and have a few more booster cards I wanted to kind of just show off here. But we got the second Power Sword. Much cooler. Much more detail. Love it. Not much else to say other than they focused on not just having, you know, one color with white. That's very cool. I love that. But again, they do, like these older cards, they have their own charm to them. We got Combo Dragon. Again, a little shinier with a little bit more detail on the claws. Like the, whatever that is, like some kind of lightning bolt. That's cool. Okay, we got Combo Dragon 2. Same thing. Spikier. And we got Combo Dragon 3. Again, I still think that they should have kept it so you had to sacrifice a Combo Dragon. I like that idea. Excuse me. Good food. Which one looks yummier? Which one do you think looks yummier? Okay, this one has coins. This one, I didn't realize those were coins, but they are. I think this one looks yummier, but this one has a nicer bowl. What can I say? I don't know. We got Card Thief Ray, super iconic. He is holding a white card in this one and a black card in this one, but other than that, there's almost no difference. This one is, I was gonna say he's bigger, but I don't think he is bigger. But we have the yellow background there. Yeah, I mean, how can you change him? He's so iconic. You got Power Extinction, and yeah, much cooler as well. Looks awesome. Good use of the black coming into the picture there. Okay, all face-up power cards are destroyed. They took away, this card is destroyed because it would be destroyed anyway. We got Magic, oh no, the Mage, oh, they changed the name. It used to be the Mage of Solar Magic, now it is Mage of Solar Magic. Oh man, he looks way cooler. They went with sort of a more fire aesthetic here. This one was supposed to be maybe more like a sun magic or something, but the fire looks awesome. I love that. A little more detail in his uniform too. We got Power Swap. They changed the picture as well. I did like the eyes. I did like the three-eyed half-god eyes, but this is probably more, shows off more of what the card actually does. It says destroy this card to swap a power card that is stacked on one of your monsters with a power card stacked on one of your rival's monsters. That is a very different wording. Okay, yeah, very different wording. Interesting. We got Cat Dragon. Yeah, never really liked this card either, but it was a dragon card, so it was sometimes useful. But yeah, that looks a lot more spikier and cooler. Kind of wish they kept the white claws, but no, that looks pretty sweet. And they added some background to it. Here's one that, oh my gosh, almost no change at all. Another one that's like barely got a change to it, a little bit of change to the tail there. We got Bat Dragon. This one is so much cooler. This was one of those cards I was like, nah, I'm not really going to use that. But Bat Dragon here looks more, what can you say? Definitely more like a dragon, and definitely more like a bat. So there you go. We got the High Ground. I like the, that's much cooler. Yeah, I'm glad they took away like this is just a silhouette. He's almost like facing away from us, but now he's facing towards us, and that is definitely scarier if you were facing up against this guy. He's got the MC shield. Very cool. This one is completely different. Completely. We got Heart Soldier. Yeah, they were just like, you know what? Let's just do a totally different art here. That's cool. Very cool. And I actually have right here. This is from, what set is this from? Knights and Witches, where they decided to make Dark Heart Soldier, and he's just slightly different than this one. This is almost like, if this were here, I wouldn't even notice that it was from a different set. But I guess what they thought was, we already did a different version of him, so let's make him completely different. But yeah, I'm down for that. I love the, like, vastly different cards. Those are cool. All right, we got Position Restrict here. Not much to say other than just more definition in the card. Nice. We got Pretty Forest Dweller. Definitely a cooler picture. Now he's like in a forest, hanging on the tree. Although I kind of like the dopey look to this one. I've always kind of liked the dopey look. One thing I never realized is look at his arms. Like they're just laid out like clothes, like dirty clothes or something. Yeah, not a very strong card, but 4 power slots. That's incredible. Okay, we got Lava Girl. They took away the shine off of the main body. I don't know, I'm kind of a fan of the original look. I miss that shine, that just... I prefer this one, honestly. And I don't think there's a lot of negative space here. I don't know, they kind of did my Lava Girl dirty here, but still, you know, I'd love to have 2 different ones. Here's another one where I felt like, I don't know, which one do you guys think is scarier? The new generation or the old generation? Yeah, the smile is bigger and the eyes are glaring, but I don't know, there's something so ominous and creepy about this one. I love this card, it's really cool. They're both great, but this one I think is scarier. Quicker Cat, shinier, not much to say. They removed the red collar from his bell there. Interesting. We got Grave with, oh sorry, Deal with the Grave. Yeah, instead of a ghost, we have a person with a wing on his boot. Interesting. Oh, very different. Now I can appreciate both of these. They're very cool. Grand Power Up, one of my favorite cards. And I always love the design, but this one definitely shows how grand and how big the card gets when you use it. Yeah, that's cool. Love the difference there. Stack Safeguard, another one that's very different, and I can appreciate both, but I think I'm gonna have to go with this one here. Much more detail in the Witch of Power here, but I like kind of the swooping, or I don't know what you would call that, but sort of the swooping action that she's doing. That's pretty cool. Rising Moon, they took the monster out of this one. I don't know. I feel like this is missing something, you know, it's just a circle. I think they should have kept the monster in there, but like maybe the monster was coming out of the water or something. But yeah, interesting. Love the color though. Definitely. Wait a second. What's going on here? Am I missing one? Okay, sorry. I had them in the wrong order there, but here we got Combined Force. Yeah, the newer one looks way better, and I think these are two of the monsters we just saw, the Flame Dragon or something, and the Bat Dragon, and this definitely represents them more in this picture, much cooler. And there's a use of blue, and red, and yellow, all kinds of colors there. Love that one a lot more. We got Guardian of the Forest here. I don't know, I like sort of the action of him, you know, galloping out like that, but I prefer the design of the original, I gotta say. The mane and everything. I mean, this one, yeah, the mane is really cool. Takes up a lot of the picture, but I don't know. I think I prefer the original on that one. We got Rising Sun. I don't think there's too much of a difference in this one. Yeah, not much of a difference. Nothing to say there, honestly. There's some change in wording. But then for the final card, we got the Witch of Power here. And they did not mess with her design too much. They added some more, a little bit more of a darker color scheme. That looks good. And yeah, a little bit more detail to her clothes. I'm very impressed with that. Anyway, yeah, let's get those out of the way there. Alright guys, we took a look at the Season 0 Next Generation set as well as the original set. Now I'm curious, comment down below which cards do you think look much better in the Next Generation set, and which cards do you think you actually prefer the older original set? I'm very curious. Let me know down in the comments below. I will also have a link to the Monster Club store if you would like to buy the Next Generation deck box there. Thank you guys for watching this far. Please give me a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Monster Club content as well as Pokemon content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.